my name is Jonathan Swift and welcome to another Insurance COVID cast brought to you by Insurance Age and Insurance Post. And today we have another special focused on the Insurtech 100, which was released by Insurance Post and Sonar last week. And today we'll be focusing on distribution again. This is the second of our distribution specials. And I'm delighted to say, joining me for today's COVID cast, we have Next Insurance COO Sofya Pogreb and Trov GM of Mobility Ian Sweeney. Welcome both of you.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So if I can come to you first of all, Sofya, can I just ask, what have been the most significant developments within Next over the last 12 months, the last year?
I would say two things we're most proud of. One, our tremendous growth in the last year, letting us serve more customers with more products. Our annual gross written premium run rate grew to over 100 million in 2019. We now serve over 1,300 different business types. So whether you are a baker, a fitness trainer, an accountant, or a clown, you can come and get insurance with Next, and we're very proud of that. We launched two new products, professional liability and workers' compensation, and our customers generated over 280,000 digital certificates of insurance to share with their prospective clients and get more work. The second thing that we are maybe even more proud of is starting to move from a company that offers a specific insurance product, say general liability, to a company that is becoming more and more of a one-stop shop to small businesses looking for commercial P&C. So we've transformed our experience from talking to you, Jonathan, about general liability, let's get it to you quickly, to now having a more consultative conversation about what is your business, what do you do, and what types of coverages should you be thinking about? Let us offer them to you. And we think this is transformative as a direct insurance purchasing experience.
Okay. I'll come to you next, Ian. Ian, what has the last 12 months been like at Trov?
Yeah, well, it's been a very exciting 12 months for us. We sort of completed, if you like, the transition from being a direct-to-consumer brand to being more focused on B2B. Many may know us as a direct-to-consumer brand with our single item cover product, as we call it. So that still exists, but the large majority of our focus is actually working directly with businesses as customers. In fact, we launched two products this year in partnership with our customers. So one with Suncorp in Australia, which is sort of a mobility-centric car insurance called Bingo Go, very exciting concept. And so that utilizes our technology stack to bring their product to market. Similarly, in the UK, we launched a renters product with Lloyd's, which has the typical sort of Trov approach to making it very sort of user-centric. So very exciting large-scale insurance products. And then, so that's what, as we call it, the enterprise business. On my side of the house, actually, we work on the mobility side. So what we do is we utilize, again, that same technology platform partnered with insurance to embed insurance in new forms of mobility and shared economy. So to give some examples, so Waymo, self-driving cars, our technology embeds dynamic insurance into their server so that every ride is insured appropriately and the passengers are protected. We work with a range of OEMs as well, car OEMs. So the ones maybe that I can mention. So PSA, Peugeot brand, came back to North America just over 12 months ago with Trov launching a car share rental platform. And again, we're using our technology to embed dynamic insurance in that program amongst some other exciting things. So it's been, as I said, that transition to being B2B focused took a lot of effort and work. What's most exciting about it, I think, is just the timing is perfect. There's various macro trends that are driving demand up for us as a result.
So can I ask, Ian, as a business who's seeking to change some of the traditional insurance processes, how amenable have you found the sector to accommodating your ideas?
Very. You know, we're often thought of as a disruptor, or startups are in general. You can come in and disrupt the insurance industry. Well, it doesn't work that way in insurance. First of all, it's regulated. Second of all, it's full of really, really smart, bright people, and it's an industry that's quite mature. It's been around for, you know, depending how you measure, maybe centuries.
Yeah.
So the key for us is understanding that how do we partner with the industry to drive change. It's no surprise we sit down. Obviously, we come from a consumer background, so we understand the marketplace and we watch those trends in terms of how consumers are consuming different things differently. And I think we're quite good at understanding and presenting things in a way that consumers can purchase it. So that's what we bring to the table ultimately. But it has to be done in partnership with the insurers. And we often play this role of sort of translator, of being able to say, look, this is the constraints that you have. This is the desire of the consumer of the thing. And we can sit in between to sort of translate the insurance world into the consumer world. And so, yeah, we found the industry amenable. Not everybody understands kind of how to do it and the level of investment required. So, as we like to say, we sort of we partner with the ambitious insurers out there who are willing to put in the effort to make it happen, because it is a bunch of work.
Yeah. How are things for you, Sofya, at Next in terms of the insurance sector and perhaps some of those incumbents? How amenable have you found them?
Similar to what Ian and Trov have found. I think all participants, when I think about certainly our small business customers, our investors, the regulators, everybody, I think, has welcomed what we're trying to do. Nobody has told to us, no, we don't want to make the small business owner's life easier. People have said, badly needed. This is a sector that's lagged in terms of usage of technology and data and analytics. There's lots of opportunity. So I think general excitement from all. We've recently moved from working with customers just through direct channels to also making our product available through agents and wholesalers, and have seen a similar welcoming kind of trend there, where agents are super excited to have a platform that gives an ability to instantly quote and bind. They're excited about our pricing. So very positive reaction. With regulators, we have framed a quote from one of the regulators that says, what you're doing is wonderful, in response to our plan to help our customers get through COVID. And the quote has 4 exclamation points. And the team was adamant about framing this. They've said, we've never seen 4 exclamation points from a regulator. I think it's all about how do we get it done, and how do we get it done without losing focus on compliance and profitability, right? Nobody wants a rogue actor that says, we're going to do good and grow, but forget the basics.
Yeah.
And we've been very focused on striking the balance and building a very sound, profitable, compliant business along the way.
So, Sofya, you've got 4 exclamation marks from the regulator. There are a regulator. How has your business adapted to the kind of COVID-19 pandemic, and why was the regulator so kind of, exuberant in their praise of you?
Yeah. So given that we're 100% online, we fortunately did not have to worry about business continuity. We took our operations team to a working from home environment overnight, as we did, for the rest of our teams. We maintained customer support and continued to be available for our businesses. As the pandemic started to unfold, it became very obvious to us how hard our customer population is impacted by what is happening. Over half of our customers have had to cease operations temporarily, and most of the rest have seen a reduction in the level of work available to them. So our primary concern was just ideating on how can we as an insurance provider help our customers at this time of need. And we did a few things. We were one of the first in the industry to refund partially the premiums to our customers. As you've probably seen, we returned 25% of premiums for April and then again for May. And this became an industry trend that we were very happy to see. Our customers were super appreciative of this, right? Rather than just send them newsletters about how to sanitize their hands, they felt like we actually helped them when and where they needed it the most. Like many other insurers, we also extended various grace periods for people who could not afford to pay premium to be able to retain their coverage. So we did that as well. While we did see some impact on our new written premiums over the past 2 months, we were fortunate enough to be able to redeploy all of our staff and to avoid any kind of reduction in force initiatives, which in retrospect was a great decision because business is now coming back. And we believe this is one, because people are reopening and starting to get work again, and two, because they're re-examining their expenses and looking to save money, and in many cases are more open to switching than they may have been before, and more often open to shopping for insurance online. Lastly, we've been trying to participate and initiate various efforts to show appreciation and empathy for these businesses. We have launched a Built by Business campaign. I don't know if you've seen that, where we are actually dedicating more than $250,000 that were originally earmarked for a brand campaign. We are doing this by commissioning work from over 50 small businesses. And so people who didn't have work before are able to do work for us. In some cases, the end product is being donated, but we felt that rather than sending that money to large enterprises to build billboards for us, the right thing to do is to give our customers some work. So we're extremely proud of that. I'll stop there and hand over.
There's obviously a lot going on next, Sofya. Ian, same question to you with Trov. I mean, how have you managed to adapt to life during the pandemic?
Yeah. So, well, internally, in terms of the way we operate, maybe similar to as Sofya described it, we're already online. Vast majority of our employees are remote anyway. So head office, little bit of change. So we weren't always in the office, but 70% of Trov was sort of already working remote. So so operationally, not any sort of significant impact. You know, to bring it back to our customers, we sort of have two types of customers. We have insurers looking to launch new products using our technology. So if we start with those folks first, digital products were obviously, or the ability to deliver products digitally, very high on the list. So what we've actually seen is ultimately an increase in demand. It's accelerated initiatives within these large carriers to say, okay, let's go ahead and launch that new product. How are we going to go about doing that? So that has been exciting for us. It's accelerated things. On our mobility side, which, you know, again, is using the same technology, but it's enabling providers of transportation to embed the insurance that they need in their business. So that often they're in the sharing economy. So you could imagine that a pandemic isn't awesome for the sharing economy. So we were initially very, very concerned. But what we've actually seen transpire is sort of two things. We're calling it the dip and shift. So the dip being this notion of a dip in demand and then it's coming back. And in fact, we've had two of our customers have their last month, the biggest months ever in May in terms of their mobility offerings. So, but we did see a dip, quite a significant dip. And the great news for our customers was they were already on a dynamic technology platform, which meant that similar to Sofya, as Sofya was describing, our system just charged them less because their demand went down, and so their insurance costs went down. So that was taken care of automatically, which was great. The other thing, as I said, is that demand has increased, but it's also shifted. So we launched, for example, a fast track delivery program where people were taking their fleets to shift them into last mile delivery to people to get their groceries or their you know, their medicines, and they needed insurance quickly. We had a program to support that. So what we've seen ultimately is a dip, but most of the demand coming back, and then a shift into other types of demand. As perhaps another example is people maybe are not yet ready to move on to go back to public transport, but they are willing maybe to rent a car to do the things that they need to do. And so overall demand has not decreased, it's just shifted into different spaces. So it's been an up and down the last couple of months, as it has been for many people, but the net result, I think, is probably positive for us.
So, I mean, congratulations both of you for making the Insurtech 100. I have to ask, and obviously you might have changed this given the recent pandemic, but Ian, what is on the to-do list for Trov over the next 12 months?
More of the same. It's just kind of a boring answer, in the sense that we made this transition into the B2B space, and it's bearing fruit. And so our job is to continue to get better at doing that, and hopefully to do it on a bigger scale.
Sofya, how about you? What's on the next kind of landscape for the next 12 months?
I would say similarly continue our existing strategy, which is provide phenomenal service to our customers, continue to evolve towards a one-stop shop value prop. Some of the products we have coming out this year include inland marine tools coverage for our customers, and also continuing to expand our commercial auto product with additional coverages. The last but not least important thing for us is continuing on our journey as an insurance carrier. We are now licensed as a carrier in 30 states and are continuing to pursue licenses in additional jurisdictions.
Okay, well, it sounds like both of you have got a lot on, even if it is more of the same, but it's good saying, so not to be sniffed at. So thank you very much, Sofya and Ian, for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you for having us.
That's well. As I mentioned at the start, this is obviously part of the Insurance COVID Cast series brought to you by Insurance Age and Insurance Post. If you want to subscribe or register for either title, then please use the tab in the banner above me here. Until the next Insurance COVID Cast, and we still have a few more of these Insurtech ones, so please keep an eye on them. It's goodbye from me, and stay safe, everybody. Cheerio.